Welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. So today we are going to be combining all of our understanding of factorising with this equation. So when I get a question like this, I'm always going to think about doing small steps at once because I don't want it to be overwhelming. So to start off, I'm going to look at my 25x squared minus 1. And I can see that I can get that to be the difference by using the difference rule, which is a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b and a minus b. So if that's the case, I need to think about, well, I want to change 25 to make it 5. So that means I'm saying I've got 5 squared x squared minus 1 squared. I just need to change 5x, 5 squared and x squared to become 5x in brackets squared. So now I've got my a squared and I've got my b squared. So that helps me out now because now I'm able to simplify that. So I'm just going to put my fraction lines and I'm going to solve it. So I know I must have 5x minus 1 and 5x plus 1. And that is my first equation down. Let's look at the second one. The second one I'm going to look at is 16x squared minus 24x plus 9. The first thing I look at is there any common factors between all three? Of 16, 24, and 9. There isn't. So the next step is me thinking that I just need to treat it like I would with any non-monic quadratic. And that is, what is A times C? So A times C is 9 times 16, which is 144. Now, straight away, I just need to think about what can I do to 140, what can I times together to get 144? So I know I can get 2 times 72. I can get a 36 times 4. So this is about using a calculator and just checking what you can do. I can get 24 and 6. So I'm getting closer. And I can get 12 and 12. So there probably are more, but I can already see my answer because the aim is for us to get add them together to get negative 24. If I put a negative in front of the both 12s, negative 12 times negative 12 equals 144, and negative 12 plus negative 12 equals negative 24. So I can rewrite my question as 16x squared, take away 12x, take away 12x, plus 9. And again, I haven't changed my question. I've just rewritten it in a different way because negative 12 and negative 12x equals negative 24x. Now I just want to be taking out a common factor. So on this side here, I've got 4x that is a common factor. So 16x squared divided by 4x equals 4x. Negative 12x divided by 4x equals negative 3. Likewise, if I look at the other side, the common factor that I am able to take away is negative 3. I'm doing the negative because I want in the brackets to be the exact same. So negative 12x divided by negative 3 is 4x. And 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. And now I get 4x timesing with 4x minus 3 and negative 3 timesing with 4x minus 3, which means 4x minus 3 is a common factor and that is timesing with 4x, and it's also timesing with negative 3. So that gives you my second part of my equation done. 4x minus 3 in brackets, 4x minus 3 in brackets. Now, that shows me that we have got 4x minus 3 squared there. Now, I'm just going to make some space over here and delete all our working out so we can do the other half of our question. Now, the next one I'm going to do is 20x squared plus 21x minus 5. So again, I want to think about what is a times 3. So a times c. So a is 5, but negative 5, times 20. So we are wanting our two numbers that times together to equal negative 100. I know I need them both to add up to 21. So I'll start off with 10 times 10. I'm not quite getting there because one has to be a negative. So then I'm going to think, okay, what else can I divide 100 by? Well, I can divide 100 by 4. And 4 times 25 equals 100. I need it to equal negative 100 though, so I need one negative. If I make the 4 negative, negative 4 plus 25 is 21. So that gives me my new equation of 20x squared take 4x plus 25x take 5. So now that I have been able to do this, the next step for me is really going to be simplifying and taking out a factor. So I'm just going to look at this part here, 20x squared minus 4x, and there is a factor of 4x. So if I divide 20x squared by 4x, that will give me 5x minus 1, because 4x divided by 4x is 1. And then again, I'm going to look at 25x and minus 5, and a common factor is 5. So 25x divided by 5 is 5x minus 1. Again, both are being times by 5x minus 1, so that means I know that I'll put 5x minus 1 over here, and that is being times by 4x, and it's also being times with 5. Okay, let's look at our next question. So our next part of the question is 16x squared plus 8x minus 15. Again, I'm going to see, is there a common factor? There isn't. So straight away I am going to think, well, I'm looking at A times C, so negative 15 times 16 equals negative 240. This is A times C equals negative 240. So I need to get my two amounts to add up to B, which is 8. So first I'm just going to think about negative 240 and my factors. So I could go 20 times 12 is 240. So 20 times 12 equals 240, but I need it to be a negative. So if I make it negative 12, 20 plus negative 12 equals 8. So it must be those two numbers. So I can rewrite my equation as 16x squared plus, actually I'll do minus 12x plus 20x minus 15. So I'm just rewriting the question, still the same information. Again, the common factor over here is 4x. So 16x squared divided by 4x is 4x. 12x divided by 4x equals 3, but it's negative 3. Then I look at my next one. A common factor here is 5. So 20x divided by 5 equals 4x. Negative 15 divided by 5 equals negative 3. That means 4x is being times by 4x minus 3, and 5 is being times by 4x minus 3. So I'm just going to put down my new factorized form, 4x minus 3 and 4x plus 5. So now we're looking at this, we can simplify our understanding. So the first thing I look at is what am I timesing and dividing by that is the same. Well, straight away I can see that I've got 4x plus 5 and 4x plus 5. The next thing I can see is I have 4x minus 3 and 4x minus 3. I am timesing and I'm dividing by 5x minus 1. So that gives me the answer of 4x minus 3 over 5x plus 1. Hopefully this helps you out, but it's really about using all of your factorizing skills and being able to simplify.